Konnichiwa minasan. O genki desu ka? Welcome to my channel. Let's learn Japanese with Eric. If you would like to learn Japanese for work, travel, or simply personal interest, you've come to the right place. If you're keen on learning the language from scratch and becoming fluent, please subscribe to my channel and watch the videos in chronological order. They're structured to teach you the basics so you can build on the knowledge going forward. So let's begin. Hajimemashou. In the previous lesson, you learned the personal pronouns for first, second, and third person, as well as the common interrogative pronouns such as the 5 W's and H. In the second lesson on pronouns, you will learn the KSAD or the Kosoado system, which is a series of demonstrative pronouns. In a nutshell, pronouns that express things close to the speaker begin with the letter K. Pronouns that express things close to the listener begin with the letter S. Pronouns that express things far from both the speaker and listener begin with the letter A. And interrogative pronouns that ask a question begin with the letter D. Let's look at them closely in the next few slides. Demonstratives pertaining to the speaker are in the first row labeled K. Those pertaining to the listener are in the second row labeled S. Those that are far from both speaker and listener are in the third row labeled A, while the interrogatives are in the last row labeled D. Let's look at the green column labeled object. To say this, which I'm holding, I use the pronoun kore. To say that, which you the listener are holding, I'd use the pronoun sore. To say that over there, far from both me the speaker and you the listener, I'd use the pronoun are. And to ask which one, the interrogative pronoun is dore. The yellow column labeled prenominal are pronouns to use when the pronoun is directly followed by a noun. For example, the word for book is hon. To say this book, I'd say kono hon. That book close to you, sono hon. And that book over there, far from both of us, ano hon. And to ask which book, dono hon. The blue column is pronouns for location. Koko means here. Soko means there, close to you, the listener. Asoko means over there, far from both speaker and listener. Doko means where. The pink column are directional pronouns. Kochira means this way. Sochira means that way, close to you. Achira means that way, far from both of us. And dochira means which way. The orange column lists the adjectival pronouns. Let's illustrate it with the noun kuruma, which means car. Konna kuruma means this kind of car. Sonna kuruma means that kind of car, the car close to you. Anna kuruma means that kind of car, the car far from both of us. And donna kuruma means what kind of car. The gray and peach columns, labeled adverbial 1 and adverbial 2, are similar in use. They describe verbs or how actions are done. Let's illustrate it with the verb to eat, which is taberu. To say to eat this way is konna ni taberu. To eat that way, the way the listener eats, you'd say sonna ni taberu. And to eat in the way a third person eats, you'd say anna ni taberu. And to ask how to eat, you'd say donna ni taberu. Adverbial 2 would be the same. You'd say ko taberu, eat this way. So taberu, eat that way as the listener. A taberu, eat that way as the person over there. And do taberu means how do you eat? In this scenario, we have person 1 who has some books or hon, and person 2 who has a pencil or enpitsu, and far from both of them is a bag or kaban. Here are some things that person 1 will say to person 2. これは本です. これは本です. This close to me is a book. Kore means this, which is close to me. Wa is the topic particle wa, indicating the topic of the sentence. Kore wa means let's talk about this. Hon means book, and des is the verb to be. So the whole sentence means this is a book. Sore wa enpitsu desu. Sore wa enpitsu desu. That close to you is a pencil. Let's talk about that thing close to you. That is a pencil. Are wa kaban desu. Are wa kaban desu. That over there, far from both of us, is a bag. Let's talk about the item far from both of us. That is a bag. And person 2 will say to person 1 regarding these things. Sore wa hon desu. Sore wa hon desu. That close to you is a book. Kore wa enpitsu desu. Kore wa enpitsu desu. This close to me is a pencil. Are wa kaban desu. Are wa kaban desu. That over there, far from both of us, is a bag. Can you now see how these pronouns work? Let's practice. Please repeat after me. Kore wa hon desu. Kore wa hon desu. Sore wa enpitsu desu. Sore wa enpitsu desu. Are wa kaban desu. Are wa kaban desu. Sore wa hon desu. Sore wa hon desu. Kore wa enpitsu desu. Kore wa enpitsu desu. Are wa kaban desu. Are wa kaban desu. Let's do some more practice. In this scenario, I have a cat or neko, neko, and you have a dog or inu, inu, and far from both of us is a bird or tori, tori. Feel free to repeat after me. I ask you, Sore wa nan desu ka? Sore wa nan desu ka? What is that close to you? And you answer, Kore wa inu desu. Kore wa inu desu. This, close to me, is a dog. Then you ask, Sore wa nan desu ka? Sore wa nan desu ka? What is that close to you? And I answer, Kore wa neko desu. Kore wa neko desu. This close to me is a cat. And then I ask you back, Are wa nan desu ka? Are wa nan desu ka? What is that over there? And you answer, Are wa tori desu. Are wa tori desu. That over there is a bird. Same scenario as before. The speaker has books or hon. The listener has a pencil or enpitsu, and far from both is a bag or kaban. Now let's use the pronominal pronouns kono, this thing, sono, that thing close to you, and ano, that thing over there. Let's practice a few things the speaker could say about the things around him. Kono hon wa omoshiroi desu. Kono hon wa omoshiroi desu. This book is interesting. Sono enpitsu wa nagai desu. Sono enpitsu wa nagai desu. That pencil close to you is long. Ano kaban wa omoi desu. Ano kaban wa omoi desu. That bag over there is heavy. Please repeat after me. Kono hon wa omoshiroi desu. Kono hon wa omoshiroi desu. Sono enpitsu wa nagai desu. Sono enpitsu wa nagai desu. Ano kaban wa omoi desu. Ano kaban wa omoi desu. Let's do some more practice by making sentences that Mr. B would say. Kono megane wa watashi no desu. Kono megane wa watashi no desu. Watashi means I, so watashi no means mine. Kono megane wa watashi no desu means these eyeglasses are mine. Oshare desu. Oshare desu. Oshare means fashionable. Oshare desu means it is fashionable. We don't need a subject in this sense because it's understood we're talking about the eyeglasses, which was set as the topic by the particle wa in the previous sentence. Sono tokei wa anata no desu. Sono tokei wa anata no desu. Anata no means yours. That watch close to you is yours. Takai tokei desu. Takai tokei desu. Takai means expensive. Takai tokei desu means it's an expensive watch. Ano kasa wa benri desu. Ano kasa wa benri desu. Benri means convenient. That umbrella over there is convenient. Let's do some practice. Please repeat after me. Kono megane wa watashi no desu. Kono megane wa watashi no desu. Oshare desu. Oshare desu. Sono tokei wa anata no desu. Sono tokei wa anata no desu. Takai tokei desu. Takai tokei desu. Ano kasa wa benri desu. Ano kasa wa benri desu. Here's another dialogue using the pronouns of location. The speaker is in the library or toshokan. Toshokan. The listener is in the classroom or kyoshitsu. Kyoshitsu. And far from both is the cafeteria or shokudo. Shokudo. Again, please feel free to repeat after me. Speaker asks, Koko wa doko desu ka? Koko wa doko desu ka? Literally, here is where, or where is this place, or where am I? And listener answers, Soko wa toshokan desu. Soko wa toshokan desu. There where you are is the library, or simply, you're in the library. Speaker asks listener, Soko wa doko desu ka? Soko wa doko desu ka? Literally, there is where, or where are you? And listener answers, Koko wa kyoshitsu desu. Koko wa kyoshitsu desu. Here is the classroom, or in proper English, I'm in the classroom. This is the classroom. Now speaker asks where he sees a hamburger and drink. Asoko wa doko desu ka? Asoko wa doko desu ka? Literally, over there is where, or where is that place? Or what place is that over there? And listener answers, Asoko wa shokudo desu. Asoko wa shokudo desu. Literally, over there is the cafeteria. Or in plain English, that over there is the cafeteria. Simple, isn't it? Let's take a look at how to use the adjectival pronouns. We have Mary and her pet dog, or inu, and Jiro and his pet cat, or neko. And far from both of them is a crab, or kani. Here are some things Mary could say. Konna inu wa otonashii desu. Konna inu wa otonashii desu. Konna inu means a dog like this, and otonashi means well-behaved. So the whole sentence means a dog like this is well-behaved. Then Mary comments on Jiro's pet cat. Sonna neko wa kawaii desu. Sonna neko wa kawaii desu. Sonna neko means a cat like that, close to you, and kawaii means cute. So the whole sentence means a cat like that, close to you, is cute. Mary sees the crab and says, Anna kani wa abunai desu. Anna kani wa abunai desu. Anna kani means a crab like that, far from both of us. Abunai means dangerous. So the sentence means a crab like that over there is dangerous. Please repeat after me. Konna inu wa otonashii desu. Konna inu wa otonashii desu. Sonna neko wa kawaii desu. Sonna neko wa kawaii desu. Anna kani wa abunai desu. Anna kani wa abunai desu. Let's study how to use the pronouns for direction. Kochira, this way. Sochira, that way, in the direction of the listener. And achira, in the direction far from both speaker and listener. In this slide, let's practice kochira, this way. We have Keiko, who is close to the library, or toshokan. Toshokan. And Mary wants to go to the library, so she asks Keiko, Toshokan wa dochira desu ka? Toshokan wa dochira desu ka? Meaning, which way is the library? And Keiko answers, Toshokan wa kochira desu. Toshokan wa kochira desu, meaning the library is this way, in my direction. In this scenario, we have Mary asking Keiko where the cafeteria or shokudo is. The shokudo is far from both of them. So Mary asks Keiko, Shokudo wa dochira desu ka? Shokudo wa dochira desu ka? Which way is the cafeteria? And Keiko answers, Shokudo wa achira desu. Shokudo wa achira desu, meaning the cafeteria is in that direction, far from both of us. In the second half of this video, let's study how to use the interrogative pronouns. Up until now, we've used the sentence structure A wa B desu. A is B. When using any of the interrogative pronouns to start a question, we replace A with the interrogative pronoun, and we have 5 in this lesson. And the topic particle wa changes to the subject particle ga. That's because you want to ask a question. You want a specific answer. And the subject particle ga denotes that specific answer, that the subject is the doer of the action. B, the predicate, is a noun or adjective, but typically an adjective. Then we add the question particle ka at the end to make the whole sentence a question. So the whole sentence pattern becomes interrogative pronoun ga, B desu ka. We have 5 interrogatives here. The first one is Nani ga B desu ka? This translates roughly to what is B, but with more specificity, more like what is it that's B? Second is Dare ga B desu ka? This translates to who is B? Whenever you want to ask who, you want a specific person named, so the particle that goes with it is always ga, dare ga. Third one is dore ga B desu ka? Dore ga B desu ka? Which one is B? This is when you're asked to choose which one is B among a bunch of choices. Fourth is doko ga B desu ka? Doko ga B desu ka? Where is it that's B? And the last one is donna, and then the noun ga B desu ka? Donna, noun ga B desu ka? The noun can be anything, such as when you ask, what kind of ice cream is delicious, or what kind of car is fast, or what kind of bag is expensive. Let's look at examples for each of these. The first interrogative is nani. Nani meaning what. And the sentence pattern is Nani ga B desu ka? Nani ga B desu ka? Meaning, what is it that's B? Now please feel free to repeat after me. The word for good is E. E. And so can you guess what this sentence means? Nani ga ii desu ka? Nani ga ii desu ka? That's right, it means what is good? And you use this, say, when you're out with your friends and you ask, what's good to do? Nani ga ii desu ka? Shall we window shop, eat at a restaurant, or go to a game arcade? The word for movie is eiga. Eiga. What if one of your friends say, hey, a movie is good. It's the movie that's good. Let's go see a movie. How would she have said that? And that would be eiga ga ii desu. Eiga ga ii desu. It's the movie that's good. Very specific, as opposed to saying eiga wa ii desu. Eiga wa ii desu is general. Speaking of a movie, it's good. Now this one, eiga ga ii desu. It's the movie that's good, as opposed to window shopping or eating at a restaurant. The word for delicious is oishii. Oishii. How do you ask? What's delicious? Say you're at a new restaurant and looking at the menu. So you ask your friend, hey, what's delicious here? How do you ask that? Yes, you'd say, Nani ga oishii desu ka? Nani ga oishii desu ka? And your friend says, the grilled beef or yakiniku is the one that's delicious. The grilled beef is delicious. Now, how would he have said that to you? That's right, he'd say, yakiniku ga oishii desu. Yakiniku ga oishii desu. The word for fast is hayai. Hayai. How would you ask, who is fast? Who is fast? That's right, you say, dare ga hayai desu ka? Dare ga hayai desu ka? Now, what if it is Mr. Tanaka who is fast? How would you say that? Mr. Tanaka is fast. That's right, Tanaka-san ga hayai desu. Tanaka-san ga hayai desu. One more example for dare. The word for rich is kanemochi. Kanemochi. So how do you ask, who is rich? That's right. Dare ga kanemochi desu ka? Dare ga kanemochi desu ka? Now, how do you say it's Bill Gates who is rich? Bill Gates is rich. That's right, you say, Bill Gates ga kanemochi desu. Bill Gates ga kanemochi desu. It is Bill Gates who is rich. The next interrogative is dore. Dore meaning which one. And the sentence pattern is dore ga B desu ka? Dore ga B desu ka? Which one is B? You use this when you want to know which one is the item you're looking for, and it's common to use this with be as a noun and adjective. Let's look at a couple of examples with be as a noun. Now try to see if you understand the question. And again, feel free to repeat after me. Dore ga iPhone desu ka? Dore ga iPhone desu ka? It means, which one is the iPhone? Now let's say the object to the left is the iPhone. If you remember from the previous lesson, the Japanese word for left is hidari. Hidari. Now how would you say that the left one is the iPhone? That's right, you'd say hidari ga iPhone desu. Hidari ga iPhone desu. Now using the same sentence pattern with be as an adjective. The word for expensive is takai. Takai. How do you ask, which one is expensive? Say you're looking at identical cars and we're told one is expensive and the other is cheap. So how do you ask which one is expensive? Dore ga takai desu ka? Dore ga takai desu ka? Now let's say the Mercedes-Benz is the expensive one. Japanese just say Benz, Benz to refer to a Mercedes. How would you say it's the Benz that's expensive? That's right, you'd say Benz ga takai desu. Benz ga takai desu. The word for convenient is benri. Benri. Say you're faced with a choice of modes of transportation such as taxi, bus, or train. You ask, which one is convenient? How do you say this in Japanese? Dore ga benri desu ka? Dore ga benri desu ka? Let's say the train or densha is the one that's convenient. How would you say this in Japanese? That's right. Densha ga benri desu. Densha ga benri desu. The next interrogative pronoun is doko. Doko. Doko means where. And the sentence pattern is doko ga B desu ka? Doko ga B desu ka? Where is it? That's B. Now say you're going to a doctor and he asks you, where is it that hurts? Which part of your body hurts? The word for painful is itai. Itai. How would the doctor ask, where is it that's painful? Yes, the doctor would ask, Doko ga itai desu ka? Doko ga itai desu ka? Now let's say your stomach is painful. Stomach in Japanese is onaka. Onaka. How would you say, it's my stomach that's painful? That's right, you'd say, onaka ga itai desu. Onaka ga itai desu. Food is tabemono. Tabemono. And delicious is oishii. Oishii. If someone asks you, what kind of food is delicious? They'd say, Donna tabemono ga oishii desu ka? Donna tabemono ga oishii desu ka? Say you like Italian cuisine very much. Cuisine is dore, and Italian cuisine is Italia dore. So you'd say, Italia dore ga oishii desu. Italia dore ga oishii desu. Now note there's no need to say watashi wa here. It's understood you're referring to yourself because you're the one saying it and you're using the particle ga. But if you want to be clear, you can also say watashi wa Italia dore ga oishii desu. As for me, Italian cuisine is delicious. So that ends our lesson on the Kosoado pronouns. To summarize, here's what you learned. In the Kosoado system of pronouns, all those that start with a K refer to things close to the speaker. Pronouns that refer to things close to the listener start with the letter S. And pronouns that are far from both speaker and listener start with the letter A. And interrogatives start with the letter D. To refer to an object, this and that, we have kore, this, sore, that close to the listener, are, that far from both speaker and listener, and dore, to ask which one. For the pronominal, such as when you say this book or that car, for things close to the speaker, we use kono. For things close to the listener, sono. Far from both speaker and listener, ano. And to ask which object, we say dono. For location, here is koko. There, close to the listener, soko. And over there, far from both of us, that's asoko. And to ask where, the word is doko. For direction, we have kochira, this way. Sochira, that way towards the listener. And achira, that way, far from both speaker and listener. And to ask which way, the interrogative is dochira. For adjectival, to say such as this, such as that, we have konna followed by a noun to refer to things such as this, close to me, the speaker. Sonna refers to such things close to the listener. Anna refers to such things that are far from both speaker and listener. And to ask what kind of things, the word is donna. In terms of forming sentences, you learned how to form simple ones using the pattern A is B, or A wa B desu. And you also learned how to ask questions using the pattern Dare ga B desu ka? Who is B? Nani ga B desu ka? What is B? Dore ga B desu ka? Which is B? Dono noun ga B desu ka? Which noun is B? Doko ga B desu ka? Where is B? Donna noun ga B desu ka? What kind of noun is B? Now these sentence patterns, though simple, are very useful in everyday life. And once you learn them, you can easily build on them by learning more nouns and adjectives. If you're serious about becoming fluent in Japanese, it's important to practice daily, learn grammar, and build up vocabulary. My whole course is designed to give you a strong basic foundation in the Japanese language that you can build solidly on. So please click like, share, or subscribe, and watch the next video in the series. Nihongo no benkyou ni ganbatte kudasai. じゃあまたね。